Yo, I'm back. Did anyone miss me? I've been busy lately. There's a lot of works and project that I have to finish, with the remaining of my brain cell high on caffeine and my wrist is about to develop a carpal tunnel, while playing Alien Isolation in between my deteriorate mental health to avoid depression. That didn't go very well. So I decided to play Kenshi's instead, which turns out to be even worse. Now this is the fruit of my hard labor. Let's check it out. Hey robot, who invented Photoshop? Working as intended. But enough about all that stuff. Let's talk about Photoshop instead. Now ask yourself this question. Are you consider yourself a red-blooded male? Do you want to be a chat among virgin? Do you also cry yourself to sleep every single night because you couldn't figure it out where these brackets supposed to be? If you answer yes to any of these questions, then you must be enjoying the curve of Photoshop. Because real men love curve. And real editing has curve. What is a curve, you ask? A curve is a remapping of an image tonality. I don't know what that means and didn't really care. All I know is this rectangle right here looks like Intel's stock market. In order to understand what a curve really is, first we must understand how colors works in Photoshop. In Photoshop, every image that you see is actually only composed by three main colors: red, green, and blue. By combining all of these three, you'll get yourself a Virgin Compensator 3000 gaming PC. In other words, when combined together, RGB will result in a color spectrum. You can modify the red, green, or blue channel alone, or all of the RGB channel combined. Now on to the curve. This is the curve properties panel. This is your tools. This is the channel tab, and this is the main curve table. This graph is called histogram. It basically tells you the amount of pixels based on the number from 0 to 255. 0 being an absolute black, while 255 being an absolute white. See this slider down here? As the general rules of thumb, slide it to the left to make it brighter and slide it to the right to make it darker. You can also click at this line to make any point that you want to adjust the curve like this. You can also do the same thing with the red, green, and blue channel. However, there are special rules on the RGB channel. When you take it down, instead of making it darker, it changes to its opposite colors. Just remember these simple rules and you're good to go. Take out the red to bring cyan, take out the green to bring magenta, and take out the blue to bring yellow. So, what can you do with all this stuff? Well, a lot actually, ranging from color correction to matching composition to deep fried some dead meme. Now, before we can jump to a useful example, I have to tell you something, and I cannot stress this enough. Curve is one of those tools of Photoshop that is so versatile, it can only be mastered by just playing around with it really. Really, there is no nicer way of saying this. There are, however, much better and flashier technique, but don't you worry about it too much, cause we're just getting started. So now, on to chapter 3, Understanding Curves. As for today, we're gonna make another composite image by matching the color and lighting of our subject into the new background. Please welcome today's guest. First, we must select and put our subject into the new background. You can use your favorite selection tool. For this one, I'm gonna use the object selection tool and quick selection tool to refine my selection. Once done, copy the subject into the new background. Resize it and place it properly. Right, now it does look pretty shitty, but we're gonna use the curve adjustment layer to fix that. The first step of using curve to adjust color and lighting is to figure out what is it that make our subject look so shitty. Let's take a look at the original photo. As you can see, the time of day that this picture was taken is quite different compared to our new stadium. Judging by the lighting, the photo seems to be taken around afternoon, with a little bit of a cloudy weather, and so the lighting is a little bit darker and less saturated. Comparing to the stadium lighting, the stadium is a lot brighter and has a lot of bluish color. Let's open up the adjustment layer and select curve. Now, in order to fix the lighting of our subject, we must increase the highlight to make it brighter. Hold this white arrow and slide it to the left. Don't forget to clip it to the layers below. Much better. But we're not done. Remember that the original photo was taken during the afternoon. Well, the stadium lighting is rather different, that it contained a lot of blue colors and less oranges or reddish color. Because of that, we need to bring down a little bit of the red channel and increases the blue channel. Not bad, but still, the color is a little bit off. Remember that because of the original photo was taken during the afternoon, it had a lot of reddish coloration to it? Well, the subject is still looking a little bit off because of that. Take a look at this red over here. It's quite desaturated compared to our subject. We can decrease the red in the curved red channel, however there is a better way to do it, because you see, when we bring down the red channel, it will bring up cyan colors instead, and we don't want that. Instead, we can use the hue and saturation adjustment layer. Just decrease the saturation a little bit. How about it? Much better, right? But you can also add another curve at the very top of the layer to balance everything out, and some color lookup to spice things up, and retuning the curve of our subject. And we're done. You can take your time fine-tuning the curve to your liking. As usual, I'm just gonna add a little bit of finishing touch here and there, and here's the final result. As always, I have no idea what I'm doing. Thank you for your patience and understanding. I'll be back soon enough.